Okay, I think we've waited enough. Good time to start. So officially, welcome. And someone just said it's lunchtime right now. Wonderful. So it's lunchtime, it's dinner time, it's breakfast time. It's lovely to have so many of you from different parts of the world, and I'm excited to get this started. I hope you are excited to get started on this exciting but calm, positive journey. Okay. We talk a lot about weight loss, but before we get there, let's get one word straight. Our focus here is not going to be just weight loss. Okay. Our focus here is going to be on betterment. We're going to learn to be a little better every day. That is pretty much the goal of this entire program. There's nothing groundbreaking here. There's nothing complicated. There's nothing confusing. You're just going to try to do whatever it is that you're doing right now. You're going to try and do that a little better every day. Okay. And the program is going to help you with that. So first up, let me share something so you can keep up with what I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so slow burn method. First question I'm going to ask you guys. And the first question, I'm sure you've asked yourself this a lot too. What is this slow burn method? What exactly is going on here? Is it a diet plan? Is it a course? What exactly is it? And I'm going to try my best to explain what it is, okay? Because something you want to keep in mind, something like this does not exist. Okay? When we talk about weight loss, you're usually thinking about one-on-one consultation with a coach, okay? They give you a diet plan, you try and follow the diet plan, you get on a phone call with them once a week, you share your meal images, right? This is how things have been done for a long time, but well, welcome to the future. Over the next many years, this is how nutrition, fitness changes, lifestyle changes, all of that's going to be done, which is going to involve a lot of learning from your end, a lot of execution, and a lot of support, okay? And today, I'm going to be sharing a lot with you, all right? But do remember that this is a long, gradual, well-planned program. So everything that you need to know will be clear very soon. So try and grasp as much as you can right now. The recording of this webinar will also be shared with you for you to go over, but everything will be clear in a day or two, okay? So first things first, let's take one long minute to slow things down, okay? To breathe. And what do I mean by that? There's a lot of things in your head right now. Okay. And I'm sure there's a lot going on around you in your life. It's not the new year yet, right? It's past the new year already. So hard to understand where exactly we are. We're 2 weeks in. We thought it was the new year, but then there's already so much happening. I'm sure you're busy. You have chores, you have tasks, you have goals. You're raring to go. At the same time, you're busy. So how about we just tune all that out? Okay? For the next 40 to 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. Can we take a very, very slow approach towards everything? Okay, let's slow down our expectations. Firstly, expectations of ourselves. We are expecting ourselves to be perfect. We want to do so many things, and we tend to do things too much, too soon, too fast, too hard, and we break down. So, for a second, let's slow things down in our heads, our thoughts, all of it, and just breathe. Okay? Why am I saying this? Because, well, this is the slow burn method, okay? And what does that mean? The point of the slow burn method is to essentially prove to you, teach you that the slowest approach is actually the fastest way to get there in anything, okay? You talk about growth, you talk about skill learning, you talk about investments, you talk about weight loss, you talk about strength gain, fitness, performance, whatever it is. When you try to do things too fast, too soon, you break down. But when you slow things down, you are more careful. You make fewer mistakes. You are actually able to stay consistent. And when you're consistent, well, results compound. So when we're talking about the slow burn method here, we're not talking about slow results. Let me make that very clear. We're talking about slowing down the effort. And by slowing down the effort and being more consistent, your results will actually be fast. Okay? So let's go back to the question I asked you before. What is the slow burn method? Very, very basic terms, it's a method to lose weight. Yeah, that's what it is. A lot of you registered are thinking, yes, I'm here to lose weight. It's a method to lose weight. But there's a little more nuance to it. If you can go to the next layer, it's a simple and sustainable method to lose weight. Okay? And why am I saying this? Everything in this program is meant to be simple. Nothing complicated, nothing over your head, nothing that you can't understand. Everything should be intuitive. Everything should make sense. There's nothing groundbreaking here. Okay. I am going to teach you how to do the basics well, consistently for a long time. Okay. So here's a deal I want to make with you. At any point of time during this program, if I find that you are overthinking things, if you are complicating things, if you're asking us questions like exactly what time should I have lunch or how many calories, I burn 367 calories, is that better than 400 calories? If you're going to overthink, I'm going to call you out and I'm going to tell you that you're overthinking it. Okay. Similarly, if you find that we are overthinking things or if we are complicating things for you, I need you to call us out. And I need you to tell us, I thought this was about simplifying things, because that's what the goal is, okay? Because something that is simple can be sustainable, and I want this to be sustainable for you for the entire program, okay? Now that brings us to the third layer. This is a simple and sustainable method to lose weight, not just to lose weight, but to learn how to lose weight, because you are going to have to lose weight multiple times in your life. Weight loss is one thing. Weight management is another thing. Okay. So you are here not just to lose weight, you are here to learn. And we're going to be throwing a lot at you. And you are going to be learning a lot. And what are you going to be learning? Not exactly what you should do, but you're going to learn how you behave. You're going to understand your behaviors. What makes you do this? What makes you not do this? What makes you feel empowered? What makes you feel exhausted? What makes you stay consistent? What makes you give up? You're going to learn a lot about you, and you're going to figure out how you can lose weight and manage your weight whenever you want. Okay. Now, I have one more thing to share with you. Usually I share this at the end of the program, but I'll say it now. When we put it out there, slow burn method, weight loss program, we lie to you. Okay. Being completely honest with you. We lie to you left, right, and center, because this is not a weight loss program. This is a habit change program. This is a lifestyle change program. So why are we calling it a weight loss program? Oh, because if I say habit change program, you're not going to even join. You're not even going to take a second look. If I say lifestyle change program, you're going to say, oh, boring, right? Because weight loss is the outcome that we are after. Okay, so let me be very, very clear. You are going to lose weight, 100%, no question, as long as you follow the program. But that is the outcome. The focus of this program is to do three things. Okay, is to change your lifestyle, or improve your lifestyle rather, to help you build the right habits and help you go through a mindset change. Now, when you go through these three things, when you make these changes, what will happen is your health will improve, your fitness will improve, your blood markers will improve, your energy levels will improve, your body composition will improve, and yes, you will lose weight also. Does that make sense? So weight loss here is an outcome, a certain outcome, but it is one of the many positive outcomes from this program. Okay. So when you're doing this program for the next few months, I want you to remember that you are going to lose weight, yes, but you're going to be gaining so much more. You are going to feel like a different person. All right. And that's why I say this. Remember this line. The next 150 days are an opportunity to change your life. I guarantee you, it is an opportunity to change your life. I'm not saying that every single person will end up losing all the weight they need to and they'll change their life completely. I'm not saying that. Okay. Some of you will struggle. Some of you will do well. Some of you will quit. Some of you will be consistent. Not all of you will see success, but one thing is true. All of you have the opportunity to do what you need to do and change your life. Okay. Now, whether you're able to grab this opportunity or not, we'll wait and see. It's not simply a question of whether you want to or not. It's also a question of whether you're able to or not. Life may allow it, might not allow it. We'll wait and see. But you have this opportunity, and I want you to remember that. All right. Now, that brings us to what is the slow burn method in specific terms. Okay. What does it involve? Okay. Firstly, let me go over all of this. And today, the entire program will be clear to you, and more clarity will reach you. The first thing I want you to know, and the first thing that SBM gives you, is a structure. All right. I need you to know that everything for the next 21 days has been carefully planned for you. From today till the end of the program, everything is planned. Okay. While it might seem like sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, different times we're focusing on different things, everything is planned. I'm going to go through the program structure also. We will have 6 phases over the course of the next 21 weeks. That is the structure, because a lot of you know what you need to do. What you need is a structure to adhere to. And this is going to provide you with that simple, sustainable structure. I'm talking about a daily structure, a weekly structure, a lifestyle structure, something that you can own and keep with you for a very, very long time. And trust me when I say this, you will build a structure of your own that fits for you. The second thing you will get today, you would have already received this, a nutrition plan and a movement plan. Okay. Think of that as the what. Okay. The structure is the infrastructure. The nutrition and movement plans are the what. They tell you exactly what you need to do. What should you eat? What should you not eat? How much exercise should you do? Endurance, strength. It's all about the what. All right. Once again, nothing groundbreaking. The basics. Stuff that you'll read and like, yeah, I know this. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, I get it. That's how it should feel. Okay. It'll not be like, oh my God, I had no idea about this. This is mind boggling. No, nothing surprising, nothing complicated. The plan is the what. Then the layer on top of that is the SBM app. You will get access to the SBM app on Wednesday. Okay, because we want you to take some time to understand the what first, the nutrition and movement plan. Don't get distracted by the app. The app is meant to provide you with accountability. Every day, you will go on the app and you will answer some simple questions. This is a moment for reflection for you. At the end of every day, you track your effort. See, most programs, you only track progress, right? And we're usually thinking what? I think I'm doing everything right, but I'm not seeing results. But are you really doing everything right? How good is your effort? What is your effort on nutrition? What is it on movement? What is it on recovery? All of that will be there. Okay. So the app will basically tie the ends together. You will know exactly how much effort you're putting in and what results you're seeing. It will be an intuitive app. Again, we'll walk you through the whole thing. On top of the app, you're on a WhatsApp group. I told you this yesterday in the group. Think of it as a classroom. That is where we will be teaching you. Okay. You will get tips, tricks, workouts, recipes, why, what, how. A lot of engagement will happen there. Yes, motivation also. Okay, big picture talk also. So on a daily basis, you can expect anywhere from 2 to 4 touch points on the WhatsApp group. This is where you learn. And then every week, you will have a webinar like this. A lot of them will be run by me, but many of them will be run by other experts, by exercise coaches who are experts in what they do, by psychologists, by chefs. So essentially, all things weight loss, all things lifestyle will be covered here. And the point of the webinar is to understand the how and the why. Okay, remember the nutrition and movement plans will tell you the what you need to do. But how do you do it? That's the trick, right? How do you do it in your life practically? You know you have to walk 10,000 steps. You know you have to eat vegetables. You know you have to exercise often. You're not able to do it. How do you do it? The webinars will do that. So make sure you attend the webinars. This is a very, very important layer in the program. In fact, the webinars will provide you with a lot of aha moments, a lot of realizations. A lot of times you'll go, oh my God, now I get it. Now I understand why I'm doing this or why I'm not able to do this. The point of the webinars is to do something that we don't talk about, which is a mindset switch. There is a switch in your head, which I want flipped. Okay, because once that switch is flipped, you are in control. Okay, for those of you for whom that has happened, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who have not happened, just wait. It might happen during week 2. It might happen during week 8, during week 16. I don't know. But at some point, once that switch is flipped, you will know. You will say, you know what? I got it. It clicked. I got it. What exactly it is, I can't tell you, but you will get there. The point of the webinar is to get that switch to flip. In addition to this, you have coaches. They've already emailed you. They're on the WhatsApp group. You can contact them through DM on WhatsApp or on email. Any and all questions that you have will be answered, in addition to a lot of Q&A sessions. In fact, tomorrow, Sunday, you will have time to go over your nutrition and movement plan. On Monday, you will have Q&A sessions from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. IST. 12 hours. That essentially means you log in whenever you have a question. A coach will be there to answer your questions. Okay? So any and all questions you have will be answered. Now, in addition to that, we will also have challenges. Again, this is a 5-month program. Fatigue will set in. At some point, you're going to be like, you know what, this is boring. I had enough of it, right? It's that fatigue, that exhaustion comes in. In order to help you get through that, there will be mini challenges. 1 week challenge, 2 week challenges, optional, of course, but to help you really get the best out of yourself. And most importantly, there will be a community around you. We have thousands of people doing the program. You are not alone. Right now, you are in one WhatsApp group and it's one-way communication, right? Only we can talk. But soon, in a couple of days, we will open another WhatsApp group, which is for the community, where you can talk to each other, right? You can ask people, hey, where do I get this tofu from? Where do I get my paneer from? Or I didn't eat well yesterday. How do I get back on track? You can lean on people for support. You can ask about brands, right? Coaches will not be there. So you can, talk about the coaches also if you want. But one way or the other, it's an open community. It's meant for you to understand that there are many, many people going through the same thing. Okay. So this is everything that SBM involves. All of this will basically present itself slowly, gradually over the course of the next 21 weeks. Today, I'm going to walk you through a lot of the first few things, the structure and the movement plans and the nutrition plan, of course. Okay? But before that, something for you to remember, the trifecta of health. Anytime you're talking about health, fitness, improvement, progress, you want to remember 3 things: nutrition, movement, and recovery. Okay? You need all 3 things to be balanced in order for you to be able to progress consistently. If you push one more than the other, something will crack somewhere. So the idea is to make sure we keep our eyes on the ball on all 3 aspects: nutrition, movement, and recovery. You already know this, but here's the thing. When it comes to weight loss, there is a bias. And what is that bias? This. The weight loss bias. What does that mean? Nutrition is our primary tool for weight loss. Movement and recovery will play a supporting role. There are tools also, but nutrition is our primary tool. This is science. You can create more of a change. You can create a calorie deficit more effectively if you focus on your nutrition. Okay? Again, remember, exercise, you do it 3 days a week. Eating, you do it 3 times a day, right? Or even more. So our major focus is going to be on nutrition, a lot of it. But we will also focus on movement and recovery. I'll tell you exactly how that works. Okay. Now, with that, you're wondering what exactly is nutrition, what is recovery, what is movement. We're going to be working on 6 things. Okay. In nutrition, we're going to work on food quality and food quantity. Food quality is what you eat. Food quantity is how much you eat. Because food quality, what you eat, determines your health. Food quantity, how much you eat, determines your body weight, your body size, your body shape, all of that. Now, when it comes to movement, we're going to be focusing on activity, daily activity, and exercise. Exercise is what you do for that hour, all right? Activity is what you do through the day. And that's why I said right at the start, most of my webinars, I'll make sure there's not much on the screen so you can actually walk as you're listening to me. You can gather steps, okay? We'll focus on that. We'll coach you on how to do that. And recovery, we will focus on sleep and on hydration, all right? Now, with that in mind, now let's take a look at the movement plans. You've already received this today, all of you should have. So I'm going to go over it. I'm going to tell you what it means. A lot of it is obviously self-explanatory, but just so we're on the same page, okay? So give me a second. Let me screen share it. Okay, so you would have received something that looks like this, okay? And what I mean by something that looks like this is each of you, based on your meal preferences and based on your body weight, would have received a different version of this. Okay. Now, this one is for, say, someone between 70 and 80 kilos who eats non-vegetarian. Okay. Your plan, if you're a vegetarian, will have vegetarian options. If you're a vegan, you'll have vegan options, right? So we'll go over this. What exactly is this plan? Now, this has everything you need to know from a nutrition and movement perspective. Now, after you go over the introduction, again, remember this, we don't rush, we don't stress. Instead, we plan carefully and execute calmly, okay? And we mean this. And why am I talking about this? Because various points of time, if you feel that you're panicking, if you feel that, oh my God, I don't have this right now, I need it right away, I need an answer right away, we need to remember that weight management, weight loss, fitness is not SOS time, okay? There is no reason for us to panic. There is no reason for us to rush. So I want us to take a very relaxed approach towards the whole thing. Nice and easy. The slower we do this, the stronger we are. Okay? So no rush whatsoever. Secondly, the program structure. If you haven't already seen this, There are 6 phases here. Okay. And everything starts from Monday. I'm going to explain all of it. But when you go over the program structure, this is what you learn. Phase 0, that's basically the week starting on Monday. That is your induction week. Okay. Think of it as a trial week. The goal during that 1 week is mainly for you to understand the nutrition plan fully and get used to what we call effort logging. Like I said, every night you'll be logging efforts. We'll ask you a set of questions, simple questions, multiple choice questions. Takes you 1 minute. But what is the point of that? Let me explain. The nutrition plan, firstly. Okay. Now, this is not a diet plan. You're not going to be given a diet. So you're like, okay, I'll just start eating this. No, right? Instead, you're going to be given a strategic plan using which you will create a diet that is perfect for you. So the goal of the first few days is for you to understand this. And that's why on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like I said, you will have Q&A sessions from 9 to 9. You try it out, you see what questions you have, you take support, and you end up really understanding the nutrition plan. And the effort logging is something we will start off on WhatsApp, just to get you, kind of into the grind of things, right? Like on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on WhatsApp, the same group that you are, we'll put out a poll there, a simple poll that you have to answer. That will be your effort logging. What does this mean? What is the point of effort logging? Think of it like journaling. Think of it like food logging. Every night before you go to bed, you spend 1 minute reflecting on your day by answering 10 questions. Takes less than 1 minute. Why? Because awareness instills action. Please remember this. The more aware you are, the better you will change your behavior the next day. For example, today, there's a question. Did you exercise? If you say no, tomorrow, chances are you will exercise. If you say no tomorrow, also, you'll realize 2 days in a row, I've said no. The third day I should. When you lose track is when the problem is. When you stop participating, that's when the problem arises. And in fact, we have data from over 2,000 people to tell you this. People who participate in effort logging regularly end up losing weight irrespective of what their effort is. How amazing is that? Your effort need not be 100%. Even someone who starts off with a 30-40% effort, when they log their effort regularly, over a period of time, their effort increases and they end up losing weight. So commit to one thing, right? Every night, no matter how good or bad your day was, every night, make sure you log your effort. Promise yourself that. Commit to that one thing. It's a small ask. Everything else will fall in line if you can do that. Okay? Now, phase 1, which will basically be from next Monday. It's a 3-week phase. The focus is going to be on mastering nutrition. You understand nutrition for the first week. Next 3 weeks, you learn to do it better and better. You will not be able to do everything from day one. Please understand, right? Your mind needs time. Your life needs space. You have to give it time. You have to gradually progress, all right? So first 3 weeks, focus will be on nutrition. What is the focus? How to do everything you need to do in order to do per the plan or eat per the plan, okay? Don't try to do it from tomorrow. Take your time and gradually do this. By the end of phase 1, if you've mastered the nutrition part, you're golden. Then we move on to phase 2. In phase 2, we will bring in focus on activity, walking. You hear people walking 10,000 steps. How do they do it? How do they do it regularly? We'll coach you. We'll teach you, right? And you will learn to do that. But this is a layer that is laid on top of the nutrition phase, right? So by phase 2, nutrition is already sorted, and now we're working on activity. Then comes phase 3, where we focus on exercise. We will gradually increase the number of days you're exercising. For the first 2 phases, it's enough if you exercise 3 days a week. If you're doing more, that's great, keep it going. But 3 days is more than enough, okay? Phase 3 is when we will start increasing that. And do realize, as the phases changes, as the focus changes, the content that is being shared on WhatsApp, the nature of the webinars, the experts that are coming and talking to you will also change. For example, during the mastering nutrition phase, you will have webinars by chefs, right? In the exercise phase, you will have webinars and movement workshops by exercise coaches. So the content that is being shared, the lessons that are being taught will be in line with whatever that phase is focusing on. And then phase 4 is when we start pushing things, okay? First 3 phases, we're gradually learning nutrition first, activity next, exercise next. When you get to phase 4, you put it all together and you're going to try and hustle, all right? Most people, here's the mistake they do, okay? Pay close attention. The first 3 weeks are when people push. when they start a diet or they start a program. Okay. And they're all excited, highly motivated. What happens after 3 weeks? You realize you're not able to sustain it. You get tired, you get exhausted, and you quit. This happens over and over and over again. That's not going to happen with slow burn method. You can see up until we get to phase 4, we are gradually ramping up. Okay. You will feel like I want to do more, but the program will slow you down. It is by design. When do we ramp things up to the max? When do we push? When we get to phase 4. And when is that? 8 weeks into the program. Why? Because for the first 8 weeks, you are building those habits. You are making space in your life. You are setting it up. Okay. There's a very interesting line. I remember James Cameron said this a long, long time ago, right? They were talking to him about Avatar 2. This is before Avatar 2 came out. They were like, when is the movie coming out? How's it going? He said, most of the work is done. 90% of the movie is over. We just have the shooting left. Okay. Basically, the point is 90% of everything is prep leading up to it. The execution is just the last 10%. All right. So if you do the first 8 weeks well, if you set it up properly, then you will be ready to speed up. So don't push too soon. And then comes phase 5, where we will gradually reduce how much we are talking to you. Why? Because we don't want you to be dependent on us. We want you to gradually become independent. This whole program is about going from being dependent to being independent. Okay. So that transition to independence starts during phase 5 and for 3 weeks. And finally, during phase 6, that's when you take control, where you are truly independent. You don't need Raj. You don't need any coaches. You know, by this time, that mindset switch would have flipped. All right. Once again, not for everyone, but as long as you keep effort logging, trust me on this, this will happen. You will take control. You will know exactly what you need to do for you to lose weight and manage it. That is what I want for you, right? If you came and told me, Raj, you know what, 8 weeks in, I've lost 10 kilos. Sure, I'm going to be happy for you. But if you're going to tell me at some point, Raj, you know what, I got it. I think I feel like I'm in control now. That would make me much happier, because then you've learned a skill for life. Okay. You know, this whole teach a man to fish as opposed to giving him a fish kind of thing, right? The same deal here. Want you to learn to take control. Now, that brings us to the nutrition plan. You would have received this already. Now, when you go over it, you'll notice something. There is structure to this plan. There is also strategy to this plan. And the reason there is strategy is because we want it to be sustainable for you. Okay. Now, here's how this plan works. First thing, you'll notice that you're given a list of things to eat. Again, remember, this is a strategic plan. What does that mean? That list is essentially your food allowance for the day. I want you to think about it. Here's how I want you to envision this. Okay. Just visualize this with me. You wake up in the morning, your dining table's there. Everything on your list is on your dining table. Okay. Now, it is up to you when you eat what, how you pair these things. But it's completely up to you how you do all these things and make it food. Okay. There are no hard and fast rules there. The only rule is don't eat anything outside of this list. Okay. For example, let's say there's rice in your list, there's vegetables in your list, there's chicken or paneer in your list. Now, Dipti might say, hey, you know what? I'm going to have steamed rice, sauteed vegetables, and grilled paneer. Okay. Dara might say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take steamed rice, the vegetables, the paneer, I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to make a paneer fried rice. Sure. Suit yourself. Whatever works for you. Okay. Preeta might say, oh, okay, I see all of this here. I'm going to eat 5 meals. I'll eat meals, 1 meal every 3 hours. Now, I might say, I don't like eating small meals. I'm just going to eat 2 big meals. I'm going to eat half of this for 1 meal and the other half for the other meal. Completely up to you. You decide how many meals you want, how you're going to pair things up, when you're going to eat what. As long as you stick to the list, it is all good. Okay. Now, in this nutrition plan, though, when I provide you with this list, when you see it, some of you will feel empowered. This is mostly the people who understand cooking and understand food, right? You're like, oh, awesome. I don't have to just follow this diet. I can just put this and this together. I can create this. And guess what? You're going to have webinars by chefs who are going to teach you how to pair things, who are going to teach you how to make quick dishes. It's going to be fun. Okay. But some of you are going to be like, okay, this is a little, didn't expect that. Can you not just tell me what to eat? Can you not just give me a diet? Well, I'm not going to do that. I know you'd like it, but I'm not going to do it. It takes me 2 minutes to do it, but I won't do it. You know why? Because if I just gave you a diet and asked you to eat based on that diet, you are simply following instructions. You're not learning anything. And the moment the diet is done, you will go back to eating the way you know how to eat and you will gain all the weight back. It will happen. Okay. So I want you to take some time to strategize. How do you make this fit your lifestyle based on your likes and your dislikes, based on when you eat, when you sleep, right? I want you to take some time to figure it out. That is why the induction week is there, for you to make mistakes, for you to screw up, and for you to learn. That's it. Feedback that we have from our previous batches is that it's a little abstract. It's a little hard for me. I don't have the mental bandwidth to do it. Completely understand. So what have we done? We've provided you with examples, many examples of how to put meals together, and also sample strategies of how you can structure your day of eating. Okay. You can see this strategy and you can get inspired and create your own. Or if you want to just follow it like a diet, you can do that too. I wouldn't recommend it. But if all you want is a diet, it's right there. In fact, there are about 15 diets there. You can pick any one of those and see how it works. Okay, let me show that to you. Now, first section is about what you need to eat, right? We're going to eat 5 categories worth of foods: fiber-rich foods, protein-rich foods, starch-rich foods, fun foods, also necessary, right, for sustainability, and beverages. So the first section will basically tell you this. Once again, like I said, nothing groundbreaking here, but again, it's good information, simple, basic information you should know. I know we all prefer getting our knowledge from Instagram now, but if you'll indulge me a little bit, you can spend 5 to 10 minutes reading about this so you understand, right? Under fiber-rich foods, which vegetable is okay, which is not okay, which fruits, all of that. Similarly, with protein-rich foods, right? What qualifies as a protein-rich food? Those of you who are thinking lentils are a protein-rich food, you'll understand more about it here. We'll also talk to you about how to eat more protein if you're someone who's new to eating protein, right? A lot of people say, oh, I started eating protein, I started having whey protein, and then my stomach was not sitting well, I had this issue, indigestion, all of that. That happens because you're not following a gradual approach. You're going from 30 grams to 100 grams overnight, right? So this section will help you with all of that, okay? So make sure you read the first section. Take some time to read it. It will give you a lot of clarity on how the foods are categorized, what falls under what to eat when, all of that, okay? Once you're done with that, okay, and definitely read this last section about fat and nuts. I know a lot of you will have questions. This will answer your questions. The section 2 will be your nutrition plan. Okay, based on your body weight and your meal preference, a plan is shared. And like I said, this is not a diet, it is a list. Okay, so in this list, you will see for your body weight and for your preference exactly what you can have every day. So you can, for this person, you can have 3 cups of vegetables, 1 cup of cut fruit, 1 to 1.25 cups of lean meats, 2 eggs, 2 cups of milk or yogurt, 2 scoops of protein powder, under 350 calories of grains or starch. We've explained it here how you can approximate calories. Okay, once again, you'll see mentions of calories here and there, but do remember, it's all about keeping things simple. Okay, so does one dosa have 117 calories or 100 calories or 87 calories? I don't care. It's 100 calories. Okay, we're going to use approximations, analogies to try and understand. We're going to try and get a heuristic of how to view food, right? Similarly, with fun foods, with water, black coffee, tea, 0-calorie soda, all of that is here. This is the list I said, visualize like it is on your table, all right? And then you put it together. So it'll take you a couple of days to get comfortable with this, but as you read this, it'll become more and more clear. For this person, if you can think about it, right? 3 cups of vegetables, 1 cup is about 250 ml, right? 1 fruit, so much meat, 2 eggs, milk and yogurt, protein powder, and starch. That's enough food if you think about it. Yeah, so you're not going to starve. Yeah, you're not going to deprive yourself. You're going to be eating a lot of good food. Now, once you go to section 3, you'll see here how these ingredients from the list can come together as meals. So you'll have 3 breakfast ideas, you'll have some lunch ideas, you'll have some dinner ideas. These are meant to help you understand, to inspire you to make your plates. How much protein should you have? How much starch do you have? How do you portion things out, right? This is meant to help you understand that. There'll be a lot of this in webinars. It'll be on the WhatsApp group, right? There'll be a lot of it. So don't worry about it. But for you to get started, this will help. Once again, this is for someone who eats non-vegetarian, so you can see chicken, fish, all of that. If you're a vegetarian, if you're a vegan, you won't see that, obviously. You'll see foods created from foods that are, plates created based on foods that are in your list. Now, you're thinking, okay, I have the ingredients, I get it. And using this, I can kind of figure out how to put a meal together. But how does it come together as a diet plan? What do I eat for breakfast? What do I eat for lunch? I still need help there, right? This is what I said. I want you to take some time to think about it. But to help you think, right, here are some nutrition plan strategies. These are examples. Now, if you look at it, the first strategy is 2 meals. Like I said, I like eating 2 meals a day. So if you're like me, if you're someone who follows intermittent fasting or just likes to eat big meals, then this is a great option, right? 1 meal, you have 2 meals. But all of this that's mentioned here is from the list on top. And there is a North Indian version, there is a South Indian version, there is a global version. So you decide what exactly you want, right? But if you're telling me, you know what, 2 meals a day doesn't cut it for me. I definitely need a snack. Okay, then there is 2 meals and 1 snack. If you're doing IF and you're hungry in the evening, there you go. Here is a way of taking the same foods in the list and breaking it down into 2 meals and 1 snack. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you're like, you know what, I'm someone who eats 3 square meals a day. Okay, here are 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Have breakfast at this time, lunch at this time, dinner at this time. Same foods from the top, broken down into 3 meals. Now, if you're thinking, no, 3 meals is not enough, I always need a snack in the evening, that's fine too. Breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, right? Or if you're under the habit, let's say you're someone who's diabetic and you have to eat every few hours, then there's 3 meals and 2 snacks. Breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner, right? You decide which strategy works well for you. You'll notice that the more the number of meals you're eating, the lesser food you will eat in every meal, naturally, right? And the lesser meals you're eating, more you can eat. Just think about it. Let's say overall you can eat 2,000 calories, for example. And if you're going to eat that in 2 meals, you can eat 1,000 calories in each meal. Big meals, awesome. But you have to be hungry for a while. If you want to eat that across 5 meals, you'll probably eat, each meal will be about 200 to 300 calories, maybe 400 calories maximum, right? Why? Because you're eating too many meals. So you decide what works well for you, given your life, your constraints, your work hours, your likes and your dislikes. All right. Now that brings us to the movement plan. Like I said, nutrition is the main focus, but movement is a big part of this too. Okay. And when we're talking about movement, we're talking about 2 things. We're talking about daily activity, which is walking, and we are talking about exercise. Now, here in this document, we would have explained what daily activity is, how much is necessary during each phase, and how you can make it possible. But again, remember we have the phase where we are focusing on daily activity, right? We will double down on all of this. We'll get into detail with all of this then. And for exercise also, there is details about what exactly you need to do. Specifically, you need 3 days of strength, 3 days of endurance, right? And in every phase, the requirements change. And during the exercise phase, we'll focus more on exercise. Just be patient with us while we take you through this journey. Yeah. Now, if you're someone with respect to strength training, if you're someone who's already strength training at a gym or you have a coach, you can continue doing that. No change is necessary. All right. But if you're someone who's not doing that, you don't have a gym, you don't have a coach, you don't know how to go about strength training, no problem. We will share follow along workouts with you. What are follow along workouts? There's a link, you play it. It's a 1-hour video. There's a coach. There are demos. The coach instructs you. You just do as you're told. Okay. You can just follow that as a part of the program. Or if you're someone for whom this whole follow along workouts don't work, you want a live workout, you want live coaching, then let us know and we'll sort you out with that too. Okay. Now, if you look at endurance training, similarly, there are certain requirements, 2 to 3 days, how many calories you should burn. Again, all of this, the document talks about it. We will also go over it in detail during the next webinar. Right. Now, examples of all your endurance activities, again, a lot of information about what you can do. But then, how do you put it all together as a weekly training plan? Now, remember, like I said, for the first few weeks, for the first couple of phases, 3 days a week of exercise is enough. So you will probably start here in this second column, 3 days a week. 2 days of strength and 1 day of endurance is what we recommend. But your goal should be to gradually go from 3 days a week to 4 days a week to 5 days a week to 6 days a week. Because what is the goal here? To build habits, to build an exercising habit. So you see a lot of people saying, I exercise every day. And you're thinking, how do they do that? This is how they do that. You gradually build that habit to a point where you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I have to exercise every morning. I have to do something. And the goal with this program is to get to a point where you're doing 6 days a week of exercise. How hard, how easy, doesn't matter. We'll come to all that later. But getting to that point is the goal. Do not try to go there from next week. Okay? If you're someone who's already training 4 days a week, continue with that. If you're someone who's not exercising at all, start with 3 days a week. Do not go to 6 directly. If you're someone who's already exercising 5 to 6 days a week, that's great. You can maintain that. Okay? Anyway, read this for more information. And then when you put your movement and activity together, this is what the different phases look like. Phase 1, at least 3 days of exercise, at least 5,000 steps of walking per day. Phase 2, again, at least 3 days of exercise, but steps are going from 5,000 to closer to 9,000. Why 9,000? Because the average normal person today walks 3,000 steps a day. And the average normal person is not healthy, is not fit, is not managing their weight well. So we want to 2x it, ideally 3x it. And in phase 3, we will ramp up the exercise. 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, every week we'll go up. And gradually we will get to 9,000 steps. So from phases 4 to 6, including the hustle phase, is where all of this comes together. Okay? I hope this is clear. And I hope the overall plan is clear. Okay? Now, let's go back to what exactly you need to do over the course of the next 4 to 5 days. Let me explain that one after the other. Okay, now, if you look at this, we've already seen the nutrition movement plans. The action plan for phase 1 is this. Follow the nutrition plan as well as you can. Okay, again, remember, phase 1 is 3 weeks. Walk at least 5,000 steps every day. Exercise at least 3 days a week. Drink at least 20 ml of water per kilo of your body weight. Sleep at least 6 hours and log your effort every day. This is what you're going to be trying to do for the next 4 weeks. Okay. First week is the induction week where you try to do this, you make mistakes, you figure out what works best for you. And then we officially start phase 1 from next Monday. And your goal will be to try and ace this. And we will have another webinar before that where I will explain to you how you can ace it. Okay. But specifically speaking, for week 1 induction, what happens? Now, you've heard the webinar, you know how things work. You have the nutrition movement plans. Tomorrow, I want you to spend some time reviewing the nutrition and movement plans. Okay? Spend some time and use that as a chance to prep for the week coming up. This is how much protein I need, right? This is when I'm going to exercise. This is when I'm going to go to bed. This is when I'm going to take my walks. Plan it, prep it. I'm not saying it'll work perfectly, but have a plan, prepare for it. Sunday night, tomorrow night, get to bed early because your program starts then. Sleep is a part of it, remember. Okay? Monday, all day, try and execute the plan, the nutrition plan and movement plan. Okay, try to execute it. You will do a lot of things well. Okay, 99% of your questions will be answered if you read the document I just shared and if you read the FAQ questions. Use the search function, right? And look for a keyword and you'll find it. Now, if you have questions beyond that, like I said, on Monday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you can log into a link and get your questions answered. Coaches will be available for Q&A. Okay, the link will be posted on the WhatsApp group. Whenever you want to log in, get your questions answered. If you just want to hear other people's questions also, you can hang back, listen to what other people are saying. These are not one-on-one sessions, so feel free to walk in, walk out whenever you want, but get all your questions answered. But again, remember one more time, read the plan, read the FAQs, and try the execution. Most of your questions, you will find answers. Okay, and then Monday night, answer effort questions on WhatsApp. Yeah, I've said this enough and I'll say it again. The most important part of the program. This will be a simple poll. And then rest of the week, you're going to repeat and find your rhythm. All right. Wednesday, you will download the SBM app. We will give you access to your email. We will send you the link. You will download the app. Thursday to Saturday, you will trial the SBM app. Basically, the effort questions, you will log them on the SBM app. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Again, this is meant for you to make mistakes, figure out how the app works, all of that. Again, it's not complicated. It's very intuitive, but we still want to give you some time. After these 3 days are done on Sunday, all your scores, effort scores on the app will be wiped clean. And on Monday, you will start fresh. That will be your official day one. Does that make sense? So the point of the induction week is understanding and trial. And then next Saturday at 10:30 a.m. in IST, we will have another webinar, but this time it's not program explanation. The webinar will be about exactly what you need to do during phase one, what kind of weight loss you can expect, what kind of effort you can expect. We will get into the specifics and go from there. Okay. So one way or the other, all of this will come together. If something is not clear, if something is confusing, you have your coaches. But for today and tomorrow, please take some time to let all this settle. Give yourself some time to understand this. And Monday, bring on the questions, get your answers, and over the course of the week, gather speed, figure out your structure, and you can build from there. But one way or the other, remember this. Once again, this is an opportunity to really, really take control of your life, to change the way your health is. Let's make it happen together. But remember, always slowly, smartly, and sustainably, right? Because if we slow down, we can be smart. And if we are smart, we can make this sustainable. Yeah. I hope this was clear. I hope this was useful. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, I know you have a lot of questions. Hang back, spend some time, and we will talk to you very, very soon. Ta-ra.